So today I am with my sister who is visiting from California, and we were talking about heart conditions. And sometimes we don't know if we're even missing something that is even going wrong in our hearts with Jesus in our spiritual life. And she started telling me this story, and it was like, oh my goodness, can you please get on with me? And we record this today. And she graciously said yes. So, Julie, can you tell us about how this came to mind? How all of a sudden God put this before you because you are a story person, you're a visual person. And because she experienced this with my parents, it became alive to her.
Our parents had two different heart conditions. Our father had CHF, which is congestive heart failure. And what that was is that when he had gone to the hospital, they checked out his heart, and three of his four valves were actually clogged. Now, this was at least 11 years ago. And the doctor at the time said, we can take care of this. We can go ahead and do open heart surgery, and we can get all your valves opened up and cleaned up, and you can go home. And our father said, absolutely not. Send me home. You're not going to cut me open. I want to go home.
And he was how old?
80, 79, 80, 79 or 80, 79 or 80 years old. And he said, no, I want to go home. Our mom, on the other hand, she had a different kind of a heart condition, and her heart condition was AFib, which is, I think it's arterial fibrillation. Basically, that means she had a irregular heartbeat. And so she had different medication. They didn't need to do surgery on her, but she had to be monitored and she had to take her medication all the time. The Lord had showed me, because I'm not always that bright, but the Lord had shown me that sometimes it's an internal problem with me, with you, or with anybody. When you have a heart condition, people can't see it on the outside.
We couldn't see it on our parents.
No, absolutely not, because they walk the same, they talk the same, they didn't act any different. They were older, but they didn't act any different. They still were the same people, but it was something on the inside. Our dad had blockage. It was clogged, and our mom, it was just not the same heartbeat. It was irregular, so it wouldn't beat on a regular basis continually. So they each had different kinds of medication, but with me, the only one who knows what's going on with my heart is if I go to the doctor. Well, there's a spiritual doctor, and the Holy Spirit, he knows everything. He can see everything on the inside of me. He can see how much of there's too much Julie in me and not enough Jesus. And nobody wants to know the real Julie, because I need more of Jesus than there is of Julie. And it's better if people know more of Jesus than me. So a lot of times it's a condition of the heart, and the Holy Spirit is the best teacher and the best guide to help you figure out what's wrong. If you need surgery, maybe there's medicine, maybe there's medication spiritually that you can do to go ahead and resolve the problem.
And how would you find out?
Pray.
Yeah.
Pray and seek the
Ask
Lord.
God.
And if you don't hear the Holy Spirit, because he doesn't talk to me all the time, but a lot of times it's an urgency. And I get ministered through a lot with music, just praise and worship music, just sitting in his presence and seeing what he really has to say. Because a lot of times I'll hear it and I no, I don't want to do that, and
immediately it's a red flag.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, that's uncomfortable. And I don't want to do that. But you know what? He was uncomfortable. And he did a lot of stuff. He did it anyways. So he was way more than uncomfortable. And I'm choking.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else is going to appreciate it too. So let's check with God to see if we do have heart conditions going on that we don't even know that we have going on, and be open to hearing the Holy Spirit do the correction
Exactly
in our lives. Thanks for visiting.